Well, evening, or shall I say afternoon, fellow grievers. How the hell are we doing? I'm just trying to get the camera set up again. It's 5:16 in the evening for a Monday, the 25th of March, 2024. You know me, the diary of the griever named John Weaver, which would be me. All right, I gotta get a new shirt. Kind of look like one of those summer barbecue shirts. I say barbecues because they always got the food stands on them. For me, it's coffee stands all over the place. A friend of mine had to be reinitialized into into the grieving process once more. Every time there's a life left, leaving this mortal plane to the other plane, it never gets any easier. And that's why the older I get, the harder it gets, and the more I understand that there are things in the universe and in life that we're never going to be able to get the answers for and from because we already had them in front of us and we're just not even willing enough to pay attention to it. There's never any easier words to give condolences or to share our grievance or even to share our pain, our frustration, and our entire sadness that we feel inside our bodies and our head and our souls. Because oh, hold on, gotta get this thing off of here. Thank you. National news compared to what's happening. But then again, with the personal hits, you think the national news would be posted out there saying, we have lost another person and we need to drown our sorrows or do something about them because we hurt like anything and everything else these days. Believe me, I know. Man constantly grieves all the time, and yeah, I understand more and more as I get older, and I wish to God I hadn't. The universe really doesn't tell me much. Reasons why we have to. Maybe some kind of balance sheet, maybe a tally sheet. All I know is every time we keep making an investment one way or another emotionally, we also deal with the dividends. We also deal with the losses, the deficits. It sucks putting things into a numerical perspective, especially when you're feeling low and you're feeling like you're just everything bottomed out and you can't deal with the pain. You can't deal with the grieving. You don't know why, and there's no answers for it. There's no one smarter who has the ultimate answers for this thing. At least not mortally anyway, unless you've already talked to a fellow griever who's been through it. And even they can't initialize the feelings because there's no words. There's not there's not a vocabulary that grievers use. I discovered that the hard way a long time ago. I'm sorry for your loss. Is the general consensus. It's the general phrase. Unless, of course, you've already been through it too many damn times, there's going to be no words for it. There's not enough lexicons, or there's not enough emoticons to really touch upon that heartache, that loss, that depth. Except to tell them I know it too damn well. Been numb to it for so long in my lifetime, I had to grow up to be tough about it, but unfortunately it gets even worse and worse. Or sometimes I don't even understand why I'm going through it, or is it even necessary? Going through the process once as a kid, you think that would be easier to deal with. It never is because the feelings and the fear of it, lifelong. Man, how many times I kept talking to a clergy about it as a kid growing up. Went in one ear out the other ear because there was no understanding about it. They'd never been through it. And because they hadn't, there's nothing else I can say about it. There's nothing else I can try to relate to them how discombobulating it was and how I'm supposed to feel about it, how I'm supposed to understand it. There's no concept for a kid to understand and no perspective. But as you get older in time as an adult, that's a different story altogether because we think we have it better. And people still don't get it. They still don't get it. Unless we've already been through it. But you have a perspective of an adult, not a kid. And the ones who've actually survived and lived. Maybe they had better lives, maybe they had happier lives, or maybe they had different lives, seeing at different things in perspective. People keep telling me to let it go, let it go. You'll live a happier life. I never did. I never did because I was told be tough about it. My older generations who dealt with death on that kind of. They didn't want to deal with the emotions. They didn't want to deal with torn apart all the time. They didn't want to deal with the emotional roller coasters that would hit. Unless you toughened yourself out and just had to keep going because that's what everything in life was. Unless, of course, there was the beings in your life that really hit close to heart and then really change you. They really change you. And you start seeing things from a different perspective. Personality changes. Even if you had the structure and support, hide from the pain is one thing. But facing it on a constant day-by-day basis, wake up alone, and dealing with it, I think that's more of the challenge than anybody else who has support. Because they call me brave. I'm not brave. I'm not courageous. I survive. I hurt every single day. I get triggered nearly every single day. I cry nearly every single day. But I still have to go outside, walk the dog. I still have to breathe air. I still have to take out the garbage and clean up the apartment. I still have to get through the day by day. And some days I can deal with it. I can deal with whatever life throws at me for a time. And after that, one thing will lead to another, and then I'm on the emotional tsunami alert. I'm flooding out my. I'm using up so much tissue and paper towels, it's not even funny. What one wouldn't give to have a human connection to hug like crazy. And I know how that feels. I keep my diary and my channel going this way because it's the only way I know how to survive. Or exist. To exist in pain on a constant basis. Some days I may get to enjoy a moment or two of bliss or laughter and enjoyment and hold on to that memory. Because I know the other memories are coming up when the mains are so memorable from long ago of people or beings in our life. When they're gone, it hits. Pain recycles itself, comes in waves one way or another. And we still deal with it. We deal with it. I deal with it on a constant basis. Films I've enjoyed for so long that I no longer can because it still hurts. I talk about that a lot on my channel. Yeah, I talked about politics and other things, but for the most part, they're memories, their thoughts, their feelings of how I'm going through life, surviving. It's not that I'm a brave guy or anything else like that. I didn't want to cover the damn stuff up with one way or another. I'd seen other people try to do that. They try to use drugs. They try to use alcohol. They try to use anything else to escape from the damn pain. Yeah, it would be nice to be from in pain and live the rest of life and just, bliss and just live life long and be excited about it. I'm sorry, but there are some days I can't even get that excited getting out of damn bed because I'm so damn depressed because I hurt so much. I have lost a lot, and it feels like a weight on my shoulder. And yeah, I can talk and bellyache on a channel, but I can also talk and bellyache to a therapist about a damn thing. And it still doesn't change the fact because I still have to keep changing my tune with the therapist all the time. I have to be happy and put on the falsehood because maybe at that moment I'm not feeling it, I'm not triggered. Unless I do get triggered. And then I don't even want to talk to the therapist. It got bad enough one only time when I really did get that depressed and got to the point of the final pathway, shall we call it suicidal, that I had to have a heavy thump at the door, several raps. And here's the local constable trying to make sure I'm not going to kill myself. Because the therapist at my insurance company was trying to make sure I wasn't going to do that damn thing. And I had to do fast talking on him. Because I didn't want to be put into a 72 hold. I was already feeling miserable enough, so I had to go off the mouth on this one without cursing or anybody else. Just a blithering idiot trying to reassure him. But inside, I wasn't reassured because I was totally rattled at that point. I really was. And I wasn't hating the therapist. I was grateful that the therapist was there, but I was trying to figure out why she did it. She did it because she didn't want to lose anybody else in her clientele, but she also felt something about it too. She didn't want to lose people that she probably touched a nerve or made a connection with. I had made connections with a lot of people out there, but apparently, in dealing with, I guess those particular connections didn't really say, I understand how you feel and let's talk about it. Man, they deal with their own way. And I felt like the so-called friends and family out there, maybe a couple of them actually did care. They tried to reach out and see how I'm doing, even if they're long distance. At least they took the effort on that one just to see how the hell I'm doing. And that I hold on to. That I hold on to. Because in dealing with this, it doesn't matter which particular being in our life that we hold dear. We've already made the emotional investment into their lives and their day into our own lives. And have that wonderful connection for a time in our life. It matters. It feels like it all matters. But then to lose it. Then to lose it. And that's what hurts. I've lost beings in my life, both bipedal and multi-leg. I'm not talking about the constant bug war I live under. I talk about those lives that mattered a great deal in my life. If I still remember them, maybe they're still important in my life, even though they may have been passed on. The last time I had one recently passed like that. That was a few years back. And it still hurt like hell because I saw the death, the slow creep of it. And there was not a damn thing I could do about it. Until almost too late. A reminder not to be scared that death is coming, or that I will lose life at any time. Still a reminder sometimes few things in life actually matter a great deal, and once taken, in this mortal coil life I live. That investment of love I've made into that being's life, and how they have enriched mine. It still hurts like it still hurts. There's no comparison. I often kid a long time ago that if you want to feel that kind of level of pain, take your heart out while it's still beating, put it into a Cuisinart and grind the damn thing up. And while you're still alive, feel it. And sometimes that wasn't even enough of the level of pain. I wake up in the morning with the memories. I'll have the dreams popping in from so often of who and what I lost. And it hurts. Because there'll be times I'll be waking up and crying my eyeballs out and feeling miserably depressed the rest of the day. But fighting like hell trying to get past it. And even if I could take another nap, just to get past that feeling, it's still there. It still haunts. What's worse is when it doesn't get so bad. When you finally get used to that level of pain. You finally get used to that level of depression. And nothing in the world they can try doing or hearing all the damn platitudes that'll get rid of it. They say even time heals all wounds. Bull. Delays. Delays the pain for a little bit. And then you get the trigger and then boom. But the thing is to keep moving, to keep struggling, to keep pushing. Stop pushing people out of the way. It's trying to fight like hell to stay alive and survive and find something. Not as a placebo, not as a substitute. Something to be grateful about. The little things sometimes count. I still have a dog that's still living, but she's got dementia. And I cry like crazy over her, but I hug her gently, and I kiss her, and I keep telling her I love her. Despite the fact she may be losing her mind, but, that's my dog. And I'm grateful for her. I'm grateful for her. If you have a bipedal next to you, they're still going through the same way because they lived and living through the experience. At least folks can share and know the pain. Understand that memories are the things you need to share and memories you need to talk about. And share the story, share the love. I deal with what my video is. I talk about my own observations, my own thoughts, my own feelings, my own memories. I talk about my family a great deal. I don't puff out the chest and say, I've done this and I did this and I did this and I did this. Screw that noise. Screw that noise. It's never easy trying to talk to another person because you always want to show the face. You always want to show the facade, the front, saying, I'm okay. But you know really deep inside that you really can't tell them, look, I feel like crap right now because I am emotionally screwed up. I feel like I want to cry half the time, scream and yell half the time, freak out in anger half the time. And just breathe a sigh of relief I'm still alive to do it. I can tell that person who's probably been through the damn thing. Yeah, I've been through the ringer myself. And I've done the same damn things, and they probably labeled me a lunatic. You know it? Half this planet is lunatics because we've lost. How many times and how many people and how many beings we've lost. And we're still here. Some people want us to forget the damn pain. I say, no, screw the damn pain. Keep it. Hold on to the memories. Hold on to that missing love. Hold on to that pain. But just don't use it as an excuse to go out and do something stupid to get rid of that damn thing. I'm holding on to mine with everything I got because they're my memories, they're my love, they're my family. That's the thing, family. Because that's the one thing in my life that's most important. There was a movie a long time ago, City Slickers, with Jack Palance and Billy Crystal in it. And on the trail, just before taking care of a sick calf, Jack Palance was telling Billy Crystal, there's supposed to be one thing in this life that matters. Everything else don't mean shit. And once you know that one, once you realize what that one thing is, everything else doesn't matter. I had that one thing. I wear the shirt in memory. I have the memorial. I have well, I have them up there. I can get another shirt with another picture of it. No problem. I'm not worried about that. I worry about what else do I do? What else do I do? How else do I make it worth something in my life? And to tell you the truth, I don't know. I can be the storyteller and I can tell the stories. But I still need to live and I still need to get outside and still breathe in the fresh air and I still need to look at sunrises and daytime and sunsets. I need to see the stars outside. I need to walk my dog. I need to walk me a little bit. I need to feel like I'm still part of this life cycle before my cycle's done. I need to celebrate what I need to celebrate. And it's not that going to be easy, but it is. It is. The hardest damn thing, and I've said this on some of my videos, is put yourself in the form of a mule or a stubborn creature. And you're in a spot where it has mud that looks like it's going to suck you in like a quicksand situation here. But surrounding it, around you, is this solid oasis, you think. But all you can think, all you feel, all you'll know is that mud patch that seems to be sucking you in. And people say, just let go of the pain, just step. It's not that easy. Because there's a lot of things inside that manifest on the outside to hold you there. It does to me on a constant basis. I thought it was easy enough to walk on the cement, solid ground, until you get those patches, and then you're stuck in a damn thing, and then you're not quite sure how to move. No matter how many times people keep trying to put a leash around you, trying to pull you off of it, even with good intentions. Your legs are still steadfast. You're baying like crazy because you can't deal with the pain. But the thing is, you know you're dealing with the pain because that's the only thing you know. And it's not that easy. if I want to put it into a philosophical or religious aspect at this point over here, or even a spiritual aspect, you got the powers that be still trying to gently push and guide you. Even trying to push your four hooves. And you don't want to leave that spot because you don't want to leave where you lost. Because you lose that spot, you feel like you're going to lose them. I'm dealing with that on a constant basis. Maybe micrometers shifting slightly, trying to scoot, but I'm still locked into it. So I don't know how long I'm going to have in this spot until I actually get to that clearing, and then we'll see what happens. Until then, I'm in the spot. I'm a braying mule, and I got people being upset and pissed off at me, not quite sure if they can be patient with me with my internal suffering. But know this, I'm not the only one who's braying up that same tune. You're not alone. You never were.